Myself and Rampage are with a legendary guest. I cannot say that any more respectful. This man is an icon. He has set the standard of what it means to be a fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Micky Ward in the house.
Thank you, guys. Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Unbelievable. You know, we seen against one of the toughest dudes to ever be in the ring.
I know, man. I know that, man. That heart you got, man. You can't teach that.
Nah, you can't. People say, how do you? When you're doing it too, you know, Rampage, as well as I do. When you're doing it, you really don't even understand how tough it is. It's funny because I'll put it for an example. Is I'll go to a fight now, and there'll be a war, like a tough fight, and I'll be like, oh man, ow, oh, I'm like, man, that looks like it hurts. They're like, are you nuts? How bad yours were in there? But you don't, when you're in there, like, you know, you don't think of it like that. You don't feel it. I mean, you feel sometimes a couple of things here and there, but you feel it after, like 2 hours after. That's when when it hits you. But I mean, when you're actually in there and doing it, that's your job. You got to do it. I mean, it's your will. Everyone says we get the same. Everyone says, oh, you get the biggest heart in boxing. No, I get the same heart as anyone else. It's your will, I think, to endure and keep going. You can't stay down. If you get knocked out, so be it. You get knocked out. You can't stop that. But if you got any ounce of energy in you to get up, you got to get up. Come on. That's your job, you know? I mean, that's like you're working, okay, say you're working at a grocery store and something falls down aisle 5, everything falls down and you run away from it. Halfway through, you leave and I'm not doing this. That's your job. You got to do it, finish it, right? Yeah. It's in a worse predicament than that, I'm saying. Boxing and MMA is worse than that, but you got to do it. I mean, it's just, you have to have in your mind, you just got to keep going, fighting through it, bite through it, because I'd rather get knocked out in the ring than like quit and then deal with it the next day. That'd kill me worse than getting knocked out or stop quitting. Yeah. I can't look in the mirror if I quit. Knock me out, fine. But if I can get up, I'm going to get up.
Wow. Amen. Wow. This guy's the real deal. That's off the break. And they talk about that during your fights. They talk about how, you know, you kept clapping the gloves and coming right back at him. And those are some of the most legendary fights we've ever seen. Yeah. Me and Rampage were watching some highlights again this morning. And one thing I can't figure out is like your gas tank just never goes out. Yeah. How'd you train for that?
I trained very hard. My brother Dickie, as crazy as he was, like outside the ring and stuff, but when he was in the gym, he was really good for me. He knew it made me click, so he really got me in great shape. And plus, it's funny because when you're a pro for so many years, a veteran and stuff of so many fights and all that, you know how to train. You need the trainer there, obviously, to train you, and which I'll make sure you're keeping your hands up or doing certain things right, wrong, whatever. If you can't train, work as hard as by yourself as if someone's there, there's something wrong with you because it comes from within, I believe. And I didn't even need a trainer there. I trained as hard as I could by myself if I had to, because I wanted to win, you know. Obviously, you need a trainer there, like yourself, you know, where Rampage, as well as I do again. But, you know, you just got to have that, like, I wanted to win, and I just, whatever it took to do, I would do. And my condition was, I ran my ass off. I used to love running, and I run hills. I do sprints up hills. I do track work. I do like 2 days a week. I do a hill 1 day a week, and then track work of like hundreds. Then I do another 100, and I do 400, and I do 800. Then I do a mile, and then I go back down a mile again. Wow. Yeah. It all it averaged out to like 7 miles.
In 1 day?
In 1 day.
Wow.
That would be the speed work. But and in between each lap, though, I do a slow down. Mm-hmm. Then 2, then 1 slow, 3, then a mile, then back down the other way, from a mile down. Wow. My condition, that's what saved me through so many fights. Obviously, they say, you know, that I had a decent chin. When I learned I had a good chin, I said, F it. Why am I moving around so much? That's kind of stupid now, but I mean, thinking about it now, staying there and getting hit. But when I realized I had a really good chin and I had great condition and I had that will, it just, you know, whether I won or lost, as long as I left that ring, giving everything I had that particular night, that's all you can ask for. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? If I walked out there giving everything I had and I lost, so be. He beat me, shake his hand. If he was a good guy, shake his hand. If he's not, and I won't. But you know what I mean? And move on. Mm-hmm. Learn from it, come back the next day. That's why they're making the money that I made at the end. It's unheard of because how many losses I had.
Yeah.
You know, and wins and losses doesn't define the person, I don't believe.